Hi everyone, good evening, and welcome to the latest episode of my YouTube channel called MSR Legal Oroma. This is where at the end of the business week, every Friday evening, hopefully, I will be posting about any new development in the world of education policy with an angle towards the needs of special needs parents. My name is Oroma MP Reynolds. I'm the founder and owner of a special education law firm called MSR Legal and Consulting Services. We are based in New York and handle cases from all over the state, mostly New York City, Long Island, and Westchester County. But we also offer consultations, of course, across the country. I have been in this field since 2008, even earlier, before becoming an admitted attorney, and I've worked on all sides of special education. So I started my career representing families, parents of children with disabilities. I went on to work for the New York City Department of Education and then a Long Island-based law firm that represents several school boards out on Long Island. And then a special needs private school network for children with autism before opening up my practice, MSR Legal, full-time in 2019. So tonight's episode is going to be about amending your child's records. So I'm going to toggle over this link to my blog. You're going to find hundreds of blog posts about special needs parenting and the coronavirus. The most recent post is from this evening about amending your child's school records. So there is a federal law called the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, and that creates a number of rights, including the right to have your copies of your child's records, the right to not have your school district disclose records without your consent, and unless there are extremely limited circumstances or exceptions that apply. But it also gives families the right to challenge their child's education records. And so as a practitioner, this has been, the issue comes up usually when a family is looking to transition their child from one setting to another, and there's a paper trail of information on their child that could be problematic. It's common in the student discipline arena where a child is trying to get into a new setting, a different type of setting, but has a paper trail of behavioral incidents and similar occurrences, which the parent may or may not feel is an accurate reflection of their child or their child's behavior at the time. So it is important to note that you do have the right under federal law to challenge your child's records, to ask for a record to be amended, and there are limited criteria that would allow you to successfully get your child's records amended. So one of them is if there is information contained within the record that is inaccurate, if there's information that is misleading, or if there's information that violates your child's privacy rights or some other type of right. So it's really important for families to know that they do have this as a potential option. They don't necessarily have to accept what has been written about their child if one of those three exceptions apply. And what happens if your district does not agree on the outset to amend the records in the manner in which you would like, you have the option of going forward with a hearing. So this is not the same as an impartial hearing, which is within the special education context and includes, a neutral, impartial hearing officer who's not an employee of the district. This type of hearing under FERPA, the Family Educational Privacy Rights Act, calls just for a hearing, so it can actually still be presided over by an employee of the district, so long as that individual does not have a stake in the particular outcome of the hearing. So again, at MSR Legal, we're all about awareness of parental rights with respect to education and of course special education. And the more you know about the rights, the more empowered you'll feel in advocating for the right education for your child. So thank you for tuning in. Check out my blog periodically, where I'm posting the latest updates or commentary on educational policy or any developments really in this world impacting special needs parents in the wake of the coronavirus and even in this hopefully post-COVID era. You can also book a consultation on my website, which is www.msrlegal.org. We offer full legal representation, advocacy services, virtual coaching services, and of course consultation. So this is where you would go to schedule a consultation. Thanks again for tuning in. We hope to do this on an ongoing basis every Friday evening, hopefully a little earlier than it is right now, hopefully between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. But until then, have a wonderful Father's Day, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.